What's up YouTube? In today's video, I'll be showing you guys how to install a fender liner on a 10th gen Civic. You're gonna want to head and start off by either jacking up your car on the side you will be doing. I went ahead and put my front end up on jack stands because I'm going to be removing my bumper tonight to install my SI badge. But if you're just replacing your fender liner, you should just have to jack it up on one side, and you could leave your wheel on, but it'll probably make it way more easier and you'll have way more room to take everything off by just going ahead and removing your wheel. We're going to start off by removing all the Phillips heads bolts along the fender liner. So you're going to have one here by your side marker light, another one below it. They swing around to the other side facing the back end. You're gonna have one right here, one right there, and another one right there. All right, we're gonna come underneath real quick, and you can see this is why I'm replacing my fender liner on the driver's side, because I have a Pirel cold air intake and this got destroyed. I'm gonna be replacing it so my filter doesn't get a bunch of water splashing up onto it and get dirtier quicker than it should. Don't want to be sucking up water while I'm driving. But I just got these zip ties right here, kind of holding what remnants I have left, just so this doesn't flex and rub the tire while I'm driving. I'll have to cut these. But for you guys underneath, go ahead and remove this 10mm bolt. There'll be one here as well. And then you should have two push-in tabs, which you can use a flathead screwdriver or a tool like this specifically for removing those. And you're gonna pop those out, and those should be located here and here. Now we're gonna remove plastic tensioners lining the inside of the fender. So we're gonna have one right here facing the front, another one above it, one right there, one on the tippy top, one below that. We got one down here, one just above it. We will also have to remove this one in this back corner. These last two that are smooth, they're kind of weird pieces. This one was already broken, so I just pulled it out so I could show you guys. But it's in like so, right? And you have these plastic tabs on the sides that you want to try to compress. Like stick something up in here like a flathead, push it in, and then when this side's compressed, come in from the top. And I'm gonna do this one right now, but it's just kind of difficult to do it with one hand. That top one must have been replaced before because it had one of these ribbed plastic tensioners. So if it's this type, you're just gonna have to pull it out. And it did kind of pull out this piece of metal right here on the fender, but I just pushed it back. But it's pretty malleable, so I'll just keep that in mind. Then you can just pull out the fender liner after you have all of that stuff taken out. This is how we're looking, all exposed. So now we're gonna go ahead and put in the new fender liner, but before I do that, I have to pull out some of these tensioners that got stuck. And if you break tensioners, which I would expect to, doing something like this, you can go to your local parts store and get a little kit that comes with various kinds and sizes, or you can order on like Rock Auto or go to your local Honda dealership and get the OEM ones, but you'll probably pay a little bit more of a premium getting Honda ones. My advice is just to go on Amazon and order a few hundred of them for like 20 bucks. We got the new fender liner installed. Looks really black. And I'm just gonna walk you through what I did. So basically I just set it in there, this cutout in the center goes around your coilover, then went ahead and put in this screw, this screw, this screw, And then I put in this screw. This screw, I put a washer on because it's notched out right here. So I just did that so it has more surface area to hold down the fender liner. I'm pretty sure I did that just so it's more secure. Plus I think that just makes sense. It's almost an improved design, just having an extra connection to have it fastened down. All I did was just drill out a little hole in the fender liner and then I have a zip tie. Get that corner nice and tight down. Like so. And then I'll trim that. And then we went ahead and got all the plastic tensioner clips in. So that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, this one back here, this one right there, that one right above it, and this one overlapping. This piece overlaps the fender liner, and then you put a tensioner clip in there as well. Don't mind my dirty bumper. Got that SI badge installed. That's why I was removing the front bumper earlier. But you slide underneath here. You're gonna have a 10mm bolt that screws in right here, and one back here as well. I was missing the hardware, so luckily I had some 10mm bolts laying around I could use. This one has a washer pre-built into it. This one I just added, so it covers more of the surface area, securing this down. And then you're gonna have two tensioner clips on the very end, right here and right here. You could also alternatively use zip ties. Honestly, in my experience, zip ties tend to hold out longer than these clips do. Unless you get the right size clips for sure, then they work pretty well. But either way, zip ties or these clips will work. And that's it. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but it's smart to have your fender liners to prevent your car from getting rustier or water damage on wirings up in here and your headlights and fog lights. I'm just gonna throw the wheel back on and call it a night. But this video helped you out. Like and subscribe and comment below any questions you might have or any useful tips you'd like to share. All right, peace out, guys.